Thank you for sitting down with us today, Vin, having a bit of a chat. Firstly, just can you give me your name and when and where you were born?
Vincent Patrick Slattery. I was born in Yarrawonga, but we moved straight back to this original block we're on now in 1951. The 3rd of March, the 21st of March.
And who were your parents?
Dorry Slattery, who was Dorry Sewell, and Vince Slattery. Mum's family were from here originally, the Sewells, and Dad came to Mulwala from Little River, Bannockburn, Werribee. That's where all his crew were from. Sorry.
Do you have any other siblings?
Neville, my oldest brother, is deceased, but we still have Laurie, who lives in Adelaide, and my sister Beryl, who lives in Melbourne.
Whereabouts did you live in Mulwala?
Right here, right at this block, but at the we faced on the laneway at the back. The original house, Mum and Dad's house, was burnt down, and Dad built like a bungalow, and to that got added sleep outs, and there was a sleep out went right across the front and down one side, so they all became bedrooms. There was only one bedroom original, and a lounge, a family room and a kitchen. That was the original bungalow with a bathroom, and then it got added on to over the years.
When did you start school, and whereabouts did you go to school?
I went to school at Mulwala Central School, and I started in 1956, and I lasted nearly 2 hours the first day, and I lasted a bit longer the second day because teachers were on a very tight watch. I give them the slip the third day, and the fourth day I was threatened with death if I came home from school before the bell went by Dorry Slattery.
What was it like growing up as a teenager in Mulwala?
Yeah, good. I used to think it was too quiet, but it was brilliant. I was in the swimming club, I was in the scouts, and I played in the football club and the tennis club. All those things were just natural if you were in a country town. And sometimes I used to think it was a dump and too bloody quiet, but when I look back now, we don't know how lucky we were that we had all those sporting activities and good people around us.
When you finished school, what was your first job?
First job I had when I finished school was spreading super with Herbie Atkins, and then I went away for about 2 months kangaroo shooting at Griffith, and then I came back here and got an apprenticeship with Max and Melvin McKee as a baker, which I'm forever grateful to them for that, because I wasn't a very good apprentice. I was still out most nights when I should have been getting up to go to work, so it was very hard. But I lasted out my time. I finished and I thanked them and left, because I don't think I was cut out to be a baker. Then I worked, got a job on the Water Commission for nearly 10 years before I started at the explosive factory.
So what did you do at the explosives factory?
I started off as a process operator. Then I moved over to the maintenance section as a floor sweeper and cleaner in the welder shop. Thanks to Alec Hector. And then Merv Anderson was a fireman at the explosive factory, and he was going to retire, and I'd become a member of Fire Rescue New South Wales, and they asked if I'd take on the job, which I did eventually, yeah.
Growing up in Mulwala, were there any sort of events or festivals or entertainment venues, movie theatres and that? When you were young?
The Shire Hall in the winter time was the pictures, and the open air picture theatre in the summertime. The swimming club was huge. The Murray Valley Swimming Association was huge back in those days. The swimming carnival once a year at Mulwala. The St Andrews Sunday school and church picnic out at Benara. That was a major event for us in those days, and Dad being Catholic and Mum Church of England, I also used to get invited to the Catholic church picnic at the Mulwala foreshore, and I always used to go along to that with a bloke named Erky Callboy, who was a good mate of mine.
Were you involved within any groups in Mulwala, like community and sporting clubs and church groups and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was involved with all of them when I was growing up, and then maintained it. I played in the Tungamar Football League. I played 200 games for Mulwala. I played football for Yarrawonga for 3 years as well. The golf club I joined, I've been a member of the Yarrawonga Mulwala Golf Club Resort for 61 years. So I played a lot of golf until I was about 17 or 18, and then football sort of took that over for the next 12 or 14 years, I suppose, 15 years.
Can you tell me about your life in the fire brigade in Mulwala?
Oh, well, yeah, thanks to a great old local digger Lachlan, we always were in the fire brigade. Your dad was one of them, and Joker Nicholson and Yockahor and Max McKee and some famous Mulwala names there. And I was in the Bush Fire Brigade, as we were known then. And then Digger Lachlan kept pursuing that we needed a proper fire brigade in the town, and he annoyed and wrote letters and continued till Fire Rescue New South Wales finally purchased some land in the main street of Mulwala and built a beautiful new fire station, and I was a founding member of the fire brigade, Fire Rescue New South Wales, which I only finished up with them, it's nearly 3 years ago now, but yeah, it was great and a lot of thanks go to Digger Lachlan for all the work he done to get that station at Mulwala, and the equipment we've got now is second to none, so yeah.
The footy clubs is a constant in Mulwala. Just tell us about a little bit about your time at Mull. You said you played 200 games in the Tungamar League. I know you coached. When did you coach Mull?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it was, off the top of my head, I can't think of that, but yeah, the football club was a great institution at Mulwala, and we had some fantastic and very locally famous people, Swizzy Squires, Frankie Seymour, Jimmy Clancy, blokes who coached, from the old days. Squizzy, most probably one of the most well-known people in country Victoria, and could play footy. Bloke named Dougie Orr or Woofer Orr and Joker Nicholson used to organise reserve games before we had an official reserves comp in the Tungamar Football League, and we'd have 4 or 5 games a year of that, and then we got reserves, and then we got thirds. Weary Essex and Bricky McDuff were two of the first coaches of the thirds. I managed to be young enough to have 1 year in the thirds before I got the flick, but by then the reserves were full-time proper league. So yeah, I played in the reserves grand final in 1968 with a few of the older blokes who had finished in the seniors and a few of us younger blokes coming through.
In 68, Mole won seniors and reserves, didn't they?
Yeah, and then we won it again in 69, didn't we? Or was it 67? Seniors. Yeah, in 69. Yeah, Frankie Seymour, great bloke, great coach. Yeah, the football club. It was a great social. You know, you'd train on your Tuesday and Thursdays and Saturday nights. Actually, I had a big hand in starting the social club, an official social club at the Mole Footy Club. I got the liquor licence for the club many years ago, and got an account with Carlton United Breweries, so we could purchase all our beer direct after many years of buying barrels from one pub and another pub and from wherever we could beg, steal or borrow. And we, Bobby Beams and myself and Gordon Carmichael, where we had a working bee there one day, and we cut the wall out of the committee room and turned it into a bar with an old temperite from the RSL club, which was one you had to turn on about 3 days before you were going to pull beer through it, so it'd be cold. And it's progressed now to what it is now. We have got a little cool room from the RSL club, which is still in use and still chock-a-block full, keeps the beer cold. Used to have to upset a few people because we had to change where they got changed, so that the north end of the rooms would be dry from people having showers, so when you come in after the game. And we got a couple of concertina doors from the RSL club which we used to pull across so that the players could have their showers and get changed in peace. And then we extended the bar around the corner into another room, and ever since then it just took off, and it's gone gangbusters. It's like having a fourth club in the town with the good setup it's got there now, with temperites and cold beer and bar service.
You'd be pretty proud of what's happened in the last 2 years with the senior side. That do you realise it's 32 years since Mulwala's won back-to-back flags?
Now, no one realises it more than me. I played all those games of football for Mulwala and never even got on the football field in the grand final in the seniors. So if you think it comes easy, it doesn't, and that's absolutely fantastic the last 2 years with the winning back-to-back flags, and who knows, we might even do it 3 repeats, so that'd be magnificent. I don't think we're going to lose too many, and we'll most probably pick up a few, so yeah, a lot of hard workers down there at the footy club, and you do a great job, I tell you.
Can you recall any prominent or historical events happening in Mull?
We did have, we all dressed up for the official landing, and when Captain Cook, we reenacted that 1 year, and we had people dressed up as Indigenous people and prisoners, and we had the boats pull in down at below the RSL club, and there was a lot of locals and young ones, and that it was quite a good day. The march across the traffic bridge to save the factory, that was a monumental event. That one particular policeman who was a local was quite upset because he reckoned the bridge had collapsed with the weight of the people who were on there, but he was never that community minded, that bloke either. So. But there's, the Olympic torch. I can remember taking a bus of about 26 people to Corriwall so we could all do our lollipop tickets so we could get the Olympic torch relay to come through Mulwala. We had to have people at each intersection and each corner, and that was a great thing for Mulwala. The Rock Old Mulwala in 1972, I think that was a monumental event, that one.
That would have been a bit of an eye-opener.
Yeah, my word, that certainly was. It was a shame that it got washed out on the Saturday because it just rained and it was on the sort of mud flats by this time. There's that many people out there, but it would have been one of the biggest pop festivals in Australia if it hadn't got rained out. Friday night was absolutely incredible. Billy Thorpe and there was Canned Heat and there was some big name bands at the time there, but it was thousands of people there, yeah. They were selling grog out of refrigerated trucks in the backyards of the pub because they couldn't keep up with the sale in the bars, and just slabs of cans and yeah, that was a big event for the town. Rock Old Mulwala.
You certainly would have seen a change in the town during your life here.
Well, I was the first paper boy for Doug McAvale when he bought the shop off Tom Savage, and I started doing a paper round, and I had a sugar bag cut with the sides cut in it, and I used to deliver about 26 or 7 papers each morning. The furthest one was Jack McClellan out the Corriwall Road, and there was 5 or 6 up the Factory Hill, and the people who lived in the RSL clubhouse used to get the weekly Times, but that was only once a week. And I'd hate to guess now how long it'd take you if you were doing a paper round around here. Now I know we did the collection for the Royal Children's Hospital for many years from when we started with the Fire Brigade, and I just know now that you've got no hope of door knocking every house in Mulwala. It'd take you 3 days to do it, and we used to do it in about 4 or 5 hours with the use of the fire trucks as buses to transport the clubs. I ended up then had to get the buses from the ski club, the RSL club and the golf club to transport. School kids all used to help us and all that, and you just every year you'd go to do the collection, you'd notice more and more houses and more people.
Well, thank you for your time, Vin. It's been very, very interesting to listen to your recollections of what life was like in Mulwala.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. That all right, love?
It was always